In politics back home, the Prime Minister has visited two of the state's most marginal federal seats today as part of his tour of regional Queensland. Scott Morrison says he's bringing voters in the regions back to the coalition, but the response from locals was mixed.
It was all smiles and selfies at a packed pub in Rockhampton last night. The city's federal seat of Capricornia is held by the Prime Minister's coalition on a knife's edge. Some welcomed his bus and social media shtick.
Just keep reeling them in, ScoMo. Love your work.
Others were less convinced.
Usually a Liberal voter, but the way they've been going and kicking themselves out of power the last couple of years has been interesting. So they may lose a voter. You know, if he had done the whole Bob Hawke thing at Sculdabiri, he might have changed her mind, but he didn't.
In the central Queensland city this morning, the PM's tour continued, announcing $800 million for a ring road and answering questions about straying LNP voters. How worried are you about that?
I think you've got to stop talking to Labor voters. Yeah.
Or Greens.
Yeah, or the Greens.
That was a former LNP voter.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were, yeah.
As the Scott Morrison Express arrived in Gladstone, the opposition was lurking in a smaller bus. Here, in another marginally held seat, he visited a smelter and talked about saving local jobs. The Prime Minister is leaving his bus in Gladstone and flying to Townsville. He'll then end his tour of regional Queensland in Mackay. Amelia Turzon, ABC News, Gladstone.